All right, good morning, guys. If this is your first time tuning in, my name is Jason. Thank you for visiting Ski, Fish, and Enjoy Life. It's the middle of May right now, and we got about another month to what I like to call the prime of the spring fishing season. A lot of people be asking me, how am I catching so many fish? I go out and I get skunked. What am I doing wrong? Or just give me some general tips to ensure my trips are more successful. We're going to start off now. The end of this video, we are going to be hitting Sandy Hook at dusk today. So hopefully I'll be able to bring you guys some content of catching additional bass and bluefish. Rumor has it that Hooper will be making a guest appearance, so that is always fun. But let's go back to the topic of catching more bass in the spring surf. Tip number one, you have to target dawn and dusk when you're fishing. Specifically, if you're going to fish dawn, sunrise right now is about 5:40, 5:45 a.m. You do not show up on the beach at 6:30, 7 a.m. and think you're fishing dawn. If you do that, you have missed the best part of the dawn bite, the dawn pre-dawn twilight. If the sun was to come up at 5:40, 5:45, I am parking my truck probably a little before 5 a.m. I am making sure that my lines are set up and in the water no later than 5:15, and I will catch the vast majority of my fish from about 5:15 a.m. through the 5:40 sunrise till about 7 a.m. And there are times, especially when there is a really bright sun, around 7 or 8 a.m., the bite completely dies and it's dead until dusk. So that's the first tip I'm going to give you. Okay, so I did cover the importance of fishing the dawn, pre-dawn twilight. The same thing applies to dusk. I recently had a comment that somebody made to me, something along the lines of, well, I was fishing the surf from 4 to 7 p.m. I got completely skunked. Do not leave ever when that sun starts to go down. The best time, say sunset is around 8 p.m., which it is, from about 7:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. when the beach is completely dark, that's when you have the greatest probability of getting fish. There are times when I show up a little bit early because, I just like being on the beach or it's a beautiful day. So I'll arrive there 5:30, 6 p.m. A lot of the time, I don't get a hit. I don't get a touch. My bait is soaking in the water for up 60 minutes, 90 minutes without a touch. And it's like a switch goes off once the sun goes down far enough and the bite turns on, and it goes from completely dead to completely awesome. So do not leave the beach when it starts to get dark, and stay on that beach until it is completely dark, because if you don't do that, you're really missing the opportunity to catch some nice fish. Tip number two, check the weather, and namely the wind speed before you go out. Today, for example, when I hit Sandy Hook at dusk, we're going to have a southwest wind of 10 to 15 miles an hour. It's going to be very pleasant on Sandy Hook, and it's going to be a very nice evening to fish. Now, tonight, we have a cold front coming through. Tomorrow morning, there is going to be a blasting north wind at 18 miles per hour off the Jersey beaches. That is a time you do not want to fish. It's going to be cold. It's going to be unpleasant. It's just not a time you want to be out there. So tip number two is check the weather. Tip number three, and this is probably one of the more important tips, read the beach and do a little research on your beach of choice. I hear these questions all the time in the Facebook groups and things like that. Oh, what beach is hot right now? Or what is the spot that you're getting them out? The honest answer is the spots are everywhere. Two of the spots that I fish all the time are Sandy Hook and Long Beach Island. Let's just take Sandy Hook. I'm always in lots A, B, C, or D, that nice little stretch of beach over there. In that one little area that I said, there are probably 10 to 12 spots that are absolutely perfect for you to catch some bass. When I go to LBI, I'm fishing Surf City or Ship Bottom. In that little 4-mile stretch of the island, there are probably 15 or 20 perfect spots that'll get you bass. And what you want to target, You want to read your beach that you're going to fish in dead low tide. You want to find any area where there are sandbars and deeper water next to the shallower water. And bass and other predators such as the bluefish, such as fish like that, they love turbulent water, almost like when the surf is like a washing machine. So what I'm basically saying is anywhere you see white water is a perfect spot to fish, and you want to fish either directly in the white water on the slightly deeper side of it or right next to it. The real successful trip I had last Sunday where Louise got all the bass in that particular spot, there was the beach, there was a trough for about 30 or 40 yards out, and then there was a sandbar. I was casting right in the back of the trough where the hole meets the sandbar, and as you could see, the results were pretty awesome. Another misconception a lot of people have: you don't need to cast a mile to catch the fish. Any trough right along shore, I will almost always lob it into that trough. When it's a lower tide, you don't need to walk out to the sandbar and see how far that you fired out. Low tide, for example, is a perfect opportunity to study the beach, find any deeper water where you see white water, there's a cut, there's just the sandbar, which is very pronounced because it's low tide, going into that deep water. That's where you want to fish. You do not, under most circumstances, you do not want to walk out to the sandbar, cast it out a mile, because your success will be much, much better if you find the deeper areas even in low tide. And I am never worried about spot burning, about telling you guys where I fish, because as I mentioned before, there are endless spots along the Jersey coast that could give you the opportunity to catch just as many fish as I catch, if not more. So that's another important thing I just want to remind everybody of. Going back to my no magic spot advice that I'm giving you. I mentioned I fished Sandy Hook and Surf City and Ship Bottom in Long Beach Island. These are not the only spots along the Jersey coast where you're going to catch fish. You don't need to look at the background of where I'm fishing to try to find my exact spot, because these spots are everywhere. I just like the two spots that I pick because I like Sandy Hook. There are easy parking lots there, and there are plenty of spots to walk to. And my parents retired in Surf City on Long Beach Island, which is why I fish the Surf City and Ship Bottom beaches. I would have similar success if I followed all the principles that I'm saying, if I fished Seabright, if I fished Monmouth Beach, if I fished Long Branch. If I went more north on Sandy Hook and fished the Fisherman's Walkway and those areas closer to the Sandy Hook tip. On Long Beach Island, if I fished Harvey Cedars, North Beach, Love Ladies, Brant Beach, Beach Haven, all my results would be similar. So it's following the concepts that I'm saying here, and not necessarily what the hot beach is or what the hot area is or things along that nature. So that's about it for that topic. Next tip I'm going to give you: buy the best baits if you want to catch fish. Do not use old bait. Do not use frozen bait. For the love of everything, do not have your bait laying on the beach, baking in the sun, especially bunker. It does not relate well when it's at room temperature. Keep it all, in a little cooler. So always buy the fresh baits whenever possible. The jumbo bloodworms, the sandworms, the clam in the shell, the fresh bunker. That's gonna definitely help you catch some more fish. So that's pretty much it. So hopefully, guys, that helped you out a little bit. Hopefully this could help you catch a few more fish. I'm going to leave my cell phone number in the comments of the video. If you guys want to text me any good catches that you make over the next couple days or next couple of weeks, I will definitely give you a shout out on the channel. So we'll see you next on Sandy Hook Beach. Alright guys, as promised, we are here by Sandy Hook, same spot as usual. It is a beautiful 80-degree afternoon, so first time we will not be wearing the waders and we will be fishing in a bathing suit. I am thinking when that sun goes down, we are going to have a pretty nice night, but we'll see how we do. Our spot, we got a worm ball on that one, some fresh clam on that one. Let's see what happens. Well, it's high tide, so I am literally just lobbing these in. That's it, we're not casting far. On the clam. have a Vinny special here. Doggy. Out of the way. A real treat. The single fishing pole. The shorts, regardless of whether it's 40 degrees out or 80 degrees out. No cooler, which means he didn't bring any bait at all, and he's depending on me to make sure I bait him up. It is the one, it is the only Hooper making his entrance. Yes, Hooper has arrived. Now Hooper, okay Hooper, why are you saying we should go over here?
Like the way it looks.
Okay, because maybe you saw the wave break and there was white water?
I see a flat spot.
You see a flat spot, okay. Oh, by the way, what bait did you bring?
How do you like my fish?
Let's see, he knows that, guys? He changes the subject. All right, I'm gonna move my poles over. I like this spot a lot better because we got some white water. The water, so you're good. Hooper has the clam.
Plan is great bait.
All right, good. Are you happy with?
I got sand crabs off the beach.
They were dead. You're not using dead sand crabs that are floating in the. No, goodbye. You have a clam. Would you focus on your clam, please? In a trough. Oh, you mean the reason I'm here because there's waves breaking and there's white water. I'm gonna film the white water when another swell comes so I can show everybody. The white water stops. We're throwing it right in the hole before the white water. And Hooper's clam is right on the sandbar. And it's a Vinny fish. Woo! That is a bass.
Hooper called it.
Hooper called it on the big sandworm ball. If this is a bass, we gotta keep her, boys.
We are gonna load up with some sandworms now, guys. Hooper is going with the sandworms. And this is a big fish.
This is a keeper.
This is a nice. Oh, come on!
Mistake I made. I had a bigger bass on. I tightened the damn drag too much because he was taking line. It's only 30-pound braid. That's a screw up on me. Don't ever do that.
And you don't have to put out the red light.
Hooper, do you know
Roxanne.
I just lost a 40+ inch trophy bass? You know what it's all about. You go ahead, sing. Come on. Are you done? You know, I gotta give it to Hooper. I was literally beside myself. I was quite upset. As I said before, guys, I made a rookie mistake. I had about 4 sandworms on my hook. I felt a big bass pick it up, and I did hook into him, and he was taking out line. My drag was a little loose. I made a ridiculously stupid rookie mistake of tightening the drag too much. The line snapped, and that's literally the first time I've done that in years. I am beyond annoyed at myself, but you gotta give Hooper credit. I didn't say a word for about 45 minutes after F-bombing a storm. He didn't stop for 45 minutes until he got a reaction out of me, and he finally made me laugh after about 45 minutes. That's why I love Hooper, okay?
You're too hard on yourself. Even the best of ones occasionally. That's why they call it fishing. Not catching.
The night ended the best. We were just about to leave, okay? He starts screaming striper, okay? And he brings in a big skate. It was
horrible.
Pretty,
that was horrible. I said, I'm going home. When I can't tell the difference between a skate and a striper, it's time to go home.
Well, at least you didn't call it a stingray, right, Hooper? All right. All right, guys. Hey, look, I did want to put that all on film just to show that even people who fish all the time make stupid rookie mistakes. So obviously when you guys do it, it's okay, but obviously we want to limit those things as much as possible. So hey, guys, until next time, please do subscribe if you enjoyed the content. And remember, every day is a blessing, even when you miss large bass. And don't ever forget to enjoy life.